jazz hands. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dozen Cats. This is Monday, September the 11th, as I'm sure most of you are well aware of. Welcome to our friend Marina from Heart Centered Tarot. How are you doing, my friend?
I am well. Looking forward to this.
Excellent. I am looking forward to it as well. So, a couple of things I want to sort of address, a little, housekeeping things. Thank you, Teresa, for putting that in. I honestly, I don't like saying it, but it's what we got to do. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, do all those YouTube-y things. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers because finally, my needle has moved. I have literally been stuck for about 2.5 months where I have been, whatever subscribers I gain, I lose. And finally, the needle has moved. And for 2 days now, we haven't lost any. So something is happening to the positive. We're excited about that. And so if you would like to help me out, if you would like to help any of the channels out that you watch, I don't care if it's, refrigerator repair or home decorating.
Yeah.
Share the content on your social media. That helps get the channel recognized in a way that YouTube algorithms don't. So I want to say that.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here. The next thing that I want to say is a giant thank you to my friend Hershey, the shadow reader. I was supposed to be on with her today at 1 p.m. and I got some things going on at home and I had to cancel last minute. She was very understanding, and I just want to say thank you to her for being so understanding, and I hope that we can reschedule again sometime in the near future. And the next thing that I want to say is that I had to reschedule my show that I had originally planned last night, which is a chat with my husband, Mark, because he's not doing well. He has diverticulitis and his stomach is all a big flare up. And so anyways, we've rescheduled that. So I just thank everyone for their patience and their understanding as I navigate all of that kind of stuff. You can see by the bags under my eyes, I am exhausted, but I'm happy to be here with my friend Marina. And
I'm happy to be here with you.
we were chatting backstage about September the 11th. And, for those of you that don't know, Marina and I are both in Canada, and I thought it might be interesting to get a Canadian's perspective about September the 11th, because even though we weren't, right there in the thick of things, believe me when I say that we were affected by
it. Yes.
I remember where I was. I remember what I was doing. And I was saying to Marina backstage that it's the first time that I remember being aware that I was fearful and afraid for the future of what could happen, because here in Canada, they were saying, that we could be the next target. And they were mentioning different places that
Yeah.
That they thought would be, sort of on the hit list, if you will. And the fear that invoked for a little while was very real. So I would just wanted to say that our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts go out to, the world, because I think it was felt around the world that day, but also to the victims, to the first responders, to the families and their survivors. What a day that was.
Absolutely.
What a day that was. But our heart goes out to everybody. And, this is one of those moments where you just want to take that moment and just get real quiet, I think, anyways, and feel. Do you know what I mean? You just want to feel all of that.
Yeah.
And then send some love out to the universe, to whomever may require it today.
Absolutely. Yeah. And our friends in Newfoundland, they They
Yeah.
experienced a lot of it firsthand when the plane started landing. And boy, oh boy, it didn't take but a second for them to say, I'm here to help. What do you need? Yes, I can take a few families in. Yes, of course, we'll feed them. That's
Makes
in
you feel proud, doesn't it? Like I have
it
chills when I
does.
think about that because
Yeah, I do too, because that's the typical Canadian response.
yes, it
Yeah,
is.
something like that is, how can I help? What do you need?
Hmm.
And there's no expectation of something back. It's like, okay, you're in trouble. What do you need?
Yeah.
And we just jump. And yes, I was telling Kelly that I had actually I had a trip scheduled to New York within, like, it was supposed to be a couple days after the 11th that I was going to fly out. And I was on the phone with my friend, and he worked for one of the major banks. And as we were chatting, he said, "Oh, hold on a minute." And then I could hear him talking to someone else, saying, "What? Are you kidding me? What's going on? What happened?" And then he said, "Look, I'm going to have to call you back. I got to go. Shit's coming down. Like, I don't know what's going on." I thought it might have been something at the bank.
Right.
I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Sure. No problem." And I was doing temporary work at the city of Calgary. And so I went to work. And when I walked in, it was, honestly, you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
And anyone who had a TV on our floor, the TV was on.
Yeah.
And I walked by the manager's office, and there was a few people that were in there. And I walked in and I said, "What's going on?" And they said, "Look, it's New York City, nine." They're
The
they
plane just went through the tower. Yeah.
the tower and what. And I was mesmerized, absolutely mesmerized.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet there was very little work that was done that day,
Oh yeah,
because
it was hard to bounce back from that. You know what I mean? Like when because there was so much unknown and there was so much that like different things were like a lot of arms were moving at the same
yes,
time, and it was like I don't know about you, but it was like when you're fixated on something, like you said, mesmerized. It's a great word for it. Like just glued because you were
absolutely, absolutely,
like you didn't know, like, is there a period at the end of this, or are we going to keep going? Like, do you know what I mean? It felt very real. I remember at work where I was on the phone with my mom. My mom lived very close to one of the crossings into the U.S. and I mean, literally could see New York from
yeah,
her, like the state of New York, from her road. And I remember talking on the phone to my mom, and just like in complete silence while she was listening to CNN. And so I was hearing the report because at work we didn't have any TVs, but people were talking to family members and
yeah,
radios were going. So we were trying to like, nobody, our whole business stopped. Like
yes,
nobody was doing anything. And my husband worked with me. He worked at the same company, and he was out on the road driving. And he said, traffic just stopped. It's like nobody went anywhere. Cars
yeah,
pulled over. Like we just stopped.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. For a good while, yeah, life did
Whoops,
stop.
wrong person. Sorry.
And then, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, and when the first tower came down, it was like a punch in the gut.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like that could happen.
Yeah.
And, oh, it was absolutely amazing. And yeah, then we were in all that um, in all that chaos. and the inability to move past the chaos, like you're just in shock. You're standing there watching, right? Um, it it was really hard to describe. And like I said to Kelly before, I remember where I was exactly when we got word that John F. Kennedy was assassinated.
Yeah.
I was a child at the time, and I remember my uncle, and it was like wee hours of the morning. Everybody was in bed, knocking on the door, and
Right.
my dad was thinking, "What the, come on now." And yeah, he
Wow.
came in. Um,
Do you see that, Marina? So
oh,
Nancy Raker was saying it's her grandson's birthday today, and she said when the second tower got hit, my grandson was born, her first
wow,
grandchild.
wow, he's going to
Wow.
go places.
Right? Well, happy
Absolutely,
birthday to your grandson, Nancy.
yes, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, so um, Dad went to the door, and by now we were all awake, and he said they shot Kennedy. They shot Kennedy, and Mom and Dad were just beside themselves.
Yeah.
Because remember, I was in a communist country at that time.
Yes.
So John F. Kennedy was the light of the world.
Right. Right.
So yeah, it was absolutely quite a time then, and that's sort of how I felt with 9/11.
Yeah.
And for all those people for watching the things that I saw, on TV that I
Yeah.
will never forget.
Yeah. I think that many of us feel that. Um,
Yeah,
those images are stuck in our mind. But what it makes me emotional when I think about it, but in a really good way. It's like most of you know that I was a baton twirler my entire life, and so when I watch a parade now, I get emotional, I get teared up,
yeah,
and but it's evoking beautiful memories and wonderful moments of my life, and this feels very much to me along that same path. And what I mean by that is we remember that moment of great,
yeah,
uncertainty and, fear in some people's cases, sadness, but the resilience is the thing that stands out. The determination of the world to be like, no, sorry, no, like this is not how this is going to end. We will find our way, and
yeah,
um, obviously that's very inspiring. Obviously, that is not meant to detract from anything that anyone went through, but
yeah,
there's something about the moment in hindsight, because we know what happens, because we know the rest of the story.
yeah,
The citizens of United States, the citizens of New York, wow, just wow, for all of the first responders that came from all around,
exactly.
for like the people in Newfoundland that helped, and I'm sure that there was families all over that took in people. Just
Absolutely.
wow. That is when it is a really good day to be a part of the world. Do you know what I mean? To be a part of the
Yes, it is.
collective, because as I said many, many times, or as I say many times, we are stronger together, friends. And so
Yeah,
we just wanted to say our few little words there about that. Let's say hi to some folks and let's do some questions, my friend.
absolutely.
We have Liz in the chat, and Cosmo Liz, that is. Jen Miranda is here. Teresa Bethalzer is here. Jessica Lynn is in the house. Ness is here.
And Ness is one of my members.
Yay, Ness. Ivana Intuitive is in the house. Ivana will be back with me on Thursday night for happy hour, everybody. So make sure that you're tuned
Nice.
in, 7 p.m. Eastern. We had an absolute blast last time. Looking forward to that. Lady Silver is in the house. Ellen R. is here, and Linda Keltzer is here. Sylvia Hanks is in the house. Akila is here. Nancy Riker. Pierrette White is in the house. DK is in the house. My goodness, thank you everybody for being here.
Nice.
Hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
Sonia is here in the chat. So, friends, I have a quick question that I mentioned to Marina.
Oh, sorry. Ness said, don't star my first question. I replaced it with a new one.
Yeah, okay. I got
it. All right.
Thank you, Ness. Hi, Jan's Free.
Yes.
So, one of the questions that I had, so there's a whole lot of backlash happening to Ashton Kutcher and his wife regarding the character, or I don't know what the legal term is, but it's like a character or like a reference letter that was written to the judge at the sentencing trial for Danny Masterson. And there was a whole lot of backlash happening over those letters. And I just wanted to toss a few cards and see what we might see in terms of the outcome of that. Oh, did she, Ness? Look at that. See? Christina Ricci did an amazing rebuttal to Ashton Kutcher. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few people that have had something to say about what they said. So I've got your question, Sonia. So if you don't mind, let's just toss a few cards and let's see what kind of outcome do we see happening for Mr. Ashton.
Absolutely. And I'm going to pull a few cards from the Clarity Tarot.
Nice.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is by Deborah Zakow.
Right.
And yeah, it's a really nice deck. It really is. So let's see.
Ness says that Mila played a famous SV victim on Netflix. It was a very successful film.
Yeah, okay. And so the question is there going to be backlash for Ashton Kutcher?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, that's an interesting read, Kelly.
Wow.
Hi, Gemma. I've got the 8 of Cups to start, so you know, walking away. Then I've got the 3 of Swords, heartbreak and loss. But then I've got the 2 of Pentacles, which is trying to restore that equilibrium, bringing in that balance. And on the bottom of the deck, I've got the 3 of Cups. So that implies that there will be some fallout, and
Yes.
and he will feel it, but he will bounce back, is what I want to say.
Yeah, I've got a lot of swords here. I laid down 5 cards and 4 of them are swords. So I start off with the 9 of Swords. That's that's a lot of worry. That's a lot of contemplation.
Right.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was, no, it is a sword. It's a King of Swords. Getting to the truth, there's getting down, finding things out and looking at different things that happened. And, sometimes you're better off just to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
And that's what this feels like. And then I got the 10 of Swords.
Right.
So that's, some he is absolutely going to feel this. And then I got the Page of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So this was something that, you know, they kind of, they thought they were doing the right thing. They thought that there was a meeting of the minds, but in being as verbally supportive and as loud in their support as Kutcher and Mila Kunis were, they just highlighted a problem that that maybe they invited questions.
Yes.
On.
Yeah, no, 100%. Ness says there are new videos of Ashton from his early 20s making predatory, inappropriate comments, including "Can't wait until Hillary Duff turns 18," from
The
15,
Olsons,
or the
yeah.
Olsen turn 18. When a 24-year-old says he can't wait for a 15-year-old to turn 18, it's weird and gross. Yeah, I've seen some video, Ness, where himself and Mila were on the Rosie O'Donnell show. And Mila was saying to him, tell about the bet that you made about kissing me, because he was her first kiss, like, ever.
Yeah.
He was like 14 years old on that show.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you for indulging me with that. Okay, so we've got lots of questions. We're going to close the questions right now because we've got lots and I want to be able to get to everybody. So I'm going to stick that in the chat just in case anyone else pops in and I put closed. No questions.
Yeah.
Not we are closed, just the questions are closed.
Yeah.
We'll just sit here and be closed. How would
That's
that
right. We're not here.
That would be a fun show, wouldn't it? We could just put a big banner, "We are closed," and still be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that would be fun, I would think. It could be funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so our first question. Oh, I got you, Gemma. All right, so the first question that we have is for Liz. So Liz, it's a little hard for us to do like a health reading here on YouTube, but we definitely can like sort of try to, you know, give you like a general. This is more specific and more like a private reading kind of question. So you know, lots of readers to reach out to for a private reading, but we could definitely toss some cards and sort of give you like a, you know, sort of what's coming up for you, sort of.
Yeah,
like,
just energetically. That I'm comfortable reading about energy, but yeah, I agree with Kelly. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. So, you know, yeah, you, yeah, and there's so many moving parts to illness that, yeah. And, you know, just as anyone out there that's listening, please do not get your medical advice from a tarot reader.
Yeah, 100%.
Seriously. Seriously. Okay. But the energy.
Okay, my cards are literally flying all over the place here. Apologize, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so what I'll tell you what I got is that it feels like things do get better. It is going to take a little bit of time. And that is because and I'm going to be honest with you, girlfriend, you're not really telling the doctors all the things that are going on. You're keeping something back, and it makes it really hard for them to be able to get a good grasp of where they need to go next. So whether this the energy of this illness or weakness goes away totally depends on you. So Yeah, you've got to do what you're told, and you got to tell them what's going on. That's what I get.
It's interesting that you say that, because I pulled an oracle card, and it's a lovely card of trust. This deck is called the Spirit Messages Oracle, for those that are interested. Message on this card reads, while your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be the one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. And so when you do that, when you're having that, like, great chess game in your mind, and well, if I do this, then that will happen, but if I move this over here, then that could happen. You know what I mean? Like, if you're constantly playing with your free will and with your outcomes and your decisions, you can create a whole host of other issues for yourself.
Absolutely.
And so, something to consider, right? Now, my tarot cards are the 9 of Cups, which is lovely. Everyone wants to see this. This is the wish fulfillment card. Happiness, your dreams come true. I don't know why my nose is running. Literally happens to me whenever I read lately. So I don't know if it's my cards I'm allergic to, or if it's spirit making my nose run. But either way, I apologize. Next, we have the Hanged Man. And this card in this deck is called the Awakening, as you can see. Okay. So it is a moment to take a pause and to think about the logical mind versus the whatever else we're bringing into that. It is a moment to gain perspective, right?
Yep. And it's funny. Sorry, I was going to say, it's funny that you got the Hangman, because the 3 cards that I pulled were the 8 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hangman. Yeah. And then we've got the 2 of Cups. So for me, I've got a lot of water over here, a lot of emotions. You got a lot of swords, right? Literally, right? It's like your mind and your heart are not in collaboration with each other, and you need to get them to start communicating together. The 2 of Cups is about emotions. It's about working together with partners. So perhaps I want to say this is your doctor, right? Your medical professional. And then on the bottom of the deck, I have the 10 of Cups. This is happy family. So this is joy. So when we get to the point where we have reached this new perspective, and then we start to collaborate and really share how we feel, right? Sort of receiving that support. And I want to say, like, getting out of our own way. That's when the joy and the happiness starts to show up. It's like the light bulb comes on, for lack of a better way to say it. So I hope that helps. Liz, best of luck to you. And Liz said, Marina just spent 3 hours with MD and told him all. Good.
Excellent. Good for you. Oh, Sonia says another reader's nose itches when she is spot on.
And that there you go. I think that Sheila, Celtic Tarot Sheila. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. Same thing happens to her.
That is so funny. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Okay.
Hello, Sharon Sipe. Thank you. Thank you for putting that up.
Yeah, we thank you kindly for the question. Go ahead, love.
Absolutely. Very quickly, did you know why sometimes you lose members, or you lose?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So when you're putting the links into people's chats, or when you see moderators putting links into people's chats, if it's the person that's on the screen, it's okay. But if it's not the person on the screen, somehow or another, even if you go and subscribe, it'll be taken off. So go to the person's channel
Yeah.
And subscribe.
Yeah.
It is very confusing for a lot of people, and I apologize about that confusion. I'm confused myself.
Yeah.
But
But you know
I
what? Okay, I can see it,
yeah,
and by the rules, absolutely, that makes sense. And what I felt and feel really bad about is that we have got these fantastic moderators
yeah,
who are doing an excellent job, and they are in there trying to encourage everyone to get on board. And sometimes, another reader will come in that's not a guest on the show, and they do what they do best, which is
yeah,
highlight, oh, hey, Susie Q is on. This is
yeah.
her channel, right? So they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. And yeah. And YouTube says, no, we don't play that way.
Well, I think it might have something to do with back in the day, and I don't want to get too sidetracked, but back in the day, there used to be this was a real thing, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, that you could buy subscriptions or like buy subscribers.
Yeah.
And I think that this is their way of, I mean, to me, I don't know why. Because I watched your video when you made that announcement, and as soon as you said it, I was like, "That's what that is." And I don't know why I thought that. I'm not in charge of how Spirit gives me messages, but that's literally what came to my mind. So there's something to them that's connected to that. This is a way of them, I want to say, policing the bots and the fake accounts and all that kind of stuff, that you go directly to that channel because, yes, I was looking for this, click kind of idea.
Yeah.
Anywho, Jen Miranda is up next. Liz, I just want to say blessings to you and thank you for asking the question, and best of luck on the path ahead with the doctors. Jen says, what message does Spirit have for me? Let's see, Liz. Or Liz. Let's see, Jen. I'm looking at Liz's name. Sorry, Jen.
Yeah.
Good Lord, Kelly.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Jen, you have been very, very frugal in terms of your spending habits, and Spirit recognizes that you have been very frugal, and is kind of on the way to rewarding you. And the message that I've got here is, be careful of the people who, especially family members, who kind of like to use you as an ATM sometimes. So yeah, what I got was the King of Pentacles, right, which is about finances. It could also be about health as well. Pentacles have to do with health
Jesus.
as well.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
It's like
But
I
yeah,
need
the first thing that
or something. I'm so sorry. This is so rude.
No. It's not you. It's Spirit. That's okay. So yeah, when after the King of Pentacles, I got the Five of Swords. This is kind of defending your position and having to say no. And then I got Temperance as well. So my overall feeling from this is that yes, you're. It's nice to be able to share some things with family and friends. Just be careful that you're sharing because you want to, not because you feel pressured to. So yeah, it's okay to say no. And if people don't like the fact that you're not ready to cough up the cash and they walk away, then you say, thank you, Spirit, for identifying that person as someone I don't want in my life.
Yeah. I get like a similar vibe, but this I feel like this is more just in whatever form you give, whether it's your time, whether it's your ear, whether it's advice, whether it's your compassion. I sort of feel like you are the person that everyone calls upon, and you are, very loving and very warm and very kind, and they just like,
Yeah.
Jen, and they walk away feeling lifted up because you have done that for
Yeah.
them in a very loving way, and they walk away feeling great, and you're like, oh, like you're completely drained. So, like
Yeah.
Marina was saying, right? Boundaries. It is so important for us to put boundaries up. Boundaries to our own selves as well as others. And people are
Yep.
like, oh, but I have a hard time doing that. Remember that boundaries are about protecting you. They're not about the other person. They're not about the situation. They're not about the circumstances. It is about you. It is a way that you can protect yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So, first card I got is the Six of Swords. So, moving away from choppy waters towards a safer harbor, things are coming, things are getting easier. The flow is starting to come back because you're starting to sort of feel like, okay. Now, in some cases, that's because we have convinced ourselves that it isn't the way that we thought it was, right? We've had a little snooze, we've read a book, taken a bath, and now we feel good, and we're back in the. Nope.
Yeah.
Don't, I don't want to say don't get fooled by that, but the only way you're going to stay on the safe shore is to protect yourself, right? We've got the Ten of Pentacles. You want to provide this for everyone around you. It is extremely important to you, that solid foundation, that sense of security. It's lovely. Want that.
Yeah.
Lovely, but not at your own expense.
Yeah. And see, she says, yeah, emotionally drained, and I'm the depressed and anxious one.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because people have dumped everything on you and walked away. And you're trying to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah, and there you go. And that's what this is all about, the Four of Swords, right? Taking a pause, taking a rest. Schedule 15 minutes a day for yourself. It is not selfish, it is necessary, right? And you got to love yourself up. You gotta love yourself up. You've got the Star card here.
Yeah.
Okay. This is about having faith. My mama's favorite word, believing, right? You've got to believe. Yep. Two of Cups is below that. This is on the bottom of the deck, right? So the Two of Cups is below that. You're trying to bring it all together. I am the center of everything, and everything comes through me, to me, all around me. That's not your job, sweetheart. It is not your responsibility. That is not a burden that you were meant to have. That is a burden that you are taking on. Okay? And I don't normally do this, but I feel like this speaks to me, Jen, because I am the person that you are here. Like, this could be my reading.
Yeah.
We have the Devil. This is a pattern of behavior that you need to break the chain to, because you're the only one that can. And below that, boom, the Six of Wands, success. You can break this chain.
Yeah.
We have, it's like the worst feeling. I mean, really, if there's not a way that you could help me by not making my nose run, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Compassion. Compassion isn't for others. It's not just to show to others. You have to show compassion to yourself. And this is really interesting. We've got the Goblin. I'm sorry, I think it's the cutest picture ever.
It is.
Okay. The wounded human ego. These people that take advantage of you make people like yourself feel that nice people finish last. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. Yep. Nice people don't finish last. Nice people don't put boundaries up. And other people see it as an opportunity. If you said to the person, you know what, I love you, I want to talk to you, but I'm super busy today, I got like 10 minutes. Maybe we could chat on Saturday. What is wrong with you saying that? That is you protecting your energy. and you are totally okay to do it. So I hope that helps a bit, my love. I wish you many blessings.
Exactly.
And
Stop carrying other people's baggage.
that's it, my friend.
It's their job to carry their own baggage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ness says, I would like a read for 7 days. Now, Ness, let me know if this is the right question or if the other question is the right question. Yeah.
Very well. Yeah.
Oh, this is
not the right
okay.
question. Okay, so it's
because I had them both start, so I wasn't sure. And here we go. So the next question has 2 parts. Okay. I'm creating drawings for my creative writing project. The drawings feel like they have a life of their own. I shared them with friends and they report the same. The drawings feel alive. What is happening? Why do the drawings feel so alive? They are based on real life experiences. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say downloads.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. They're supposed to be. That's how you connect with your audience. Yeah, it's how you get your message across when you don't have the words to get your message across. The drawings will do that for you. They will fill in the missing pieces. So pull a couple.
I want to share a real quick story about that. So,
yes, absolutely.
For anybody who follows me or for anyone who's listening and doesn't know my story. So, this is all new to me. And when I say new to me, I wasn't born with this. I didn't, I only started reading tarot like a year ago, right? So, a year and a half ago now. So, this is all new to me. And I sort of feel like I got, it's like you skipped a grade, in school. You went from 4 to 7 and you're like, what? You know what I mean? Like I'm not emotionally mature enough to handle it. It's kind of like literally like I'm not trying to out myself and I'm not putting myself down, but sometimes it feels like that. So there I am today, going potty at 3 a.m. I apologize about the sharing of the information, but this is relevant to the story, friends. So I wake up, I'm half asleep. I'm sitting on the potty, like, one eye open, like what? And it's like 3:30 in the morning or something, and I'm having a vision. Really? Like on the potty at 3:30 in the morning when I'm like, what? And so of course I questioned it, upside down, sideways, and back and forth for like weeks and weeks and weeks. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Because I couldn't get over the fact that I had a vision on the potty, not because of the vision itself. And so my point is I lost sight of what I was trying to get to. And it takes practice. It takes trusting and openness. And, I'm not saying this in a way that you're just like, I'm never going to question anything again. I'm not saying that. But when you draw that out and you look at it, you know that it means something or you wouldn't be asking this. You already are tuning in. You're already using your intuition and going, this means something. What does it mean? As human beings, we want to know the answer. What does it mean? I need to know right now. Why do you need to know? Look at the picture. What does the picture tell you?
Yep.
Like, I want to say that the answers are within the pictures, right? Like, look at the pictures, stare at the pictures. Look at the pictures in a positive way that you can look at them and say, now, how flippin' awesome is that, friends? How? Isn't that crazy? Look what I did. I love that. You know what I mean? And then say thank you. Yeah. Don't question it. The more you question it, the harder it's going to be for you to get clarity on it. Yeah. What I would love it is if you could tell us, have you seen synchronicities lately? Are you seeing 11:11, for example, come up on, the clock or on the TV or whatever? Are you hearing songs on the radio that are taking you back, or have certain people come back into your life? There is a reason why these pictures are coming out the way that there are, right?
Yeah, just to have faith that it is being brought to you by spirit and that it is guided.
Wow.
And don't question it. Sometimes the answer is don't question it.
I got that same card again, trust. And I shuffled, friends. I shuffle. I'll read this message again. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more.
Yep, exactly.
Wow. Hi, Lisa.
I'll tell you, Ness, what I got. I started off with judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that you're looking at your work and you're judging. You're making judgments about what you're putting down, and you're definitely trying to find the reasons behind it and so on. Don't question it.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is critical, like time for critical thinking. Sorry to interrupt you.
I got the Fool, right? Which is take that leap of faith and just let that work be. Okay. I then get the Hierophant.
Beautiful.
And it's all about the the belief and so on that goes into what you're doing. Then I got the Queen of Wands. This is creative. There is meaning to what you're creating. It's almost like what you're creating has been blessed by God in a way, for lack of a better word. And then I ended up with the Three of Cups. So this is you celebrating. Do not judge your work. Just be grateful. Yeah.
The only other card that I pulled is Happiness.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say this to you, and then we'll get off the topic, Ness. But like, this speaks to me, this situation that you find yourself in, and I just want to share a little bit. Again, I have a diagnosed anxiety panic disorder, and trusting myself is not something that I excel at over the last 12 years, because I operated from a place of fear. And I didn't trust my intuition. I didn't trust myself at all. Since starting this channel and learning tarot and working on my connection with spirit, a gift has been given to me, and that is that I learned to trust myself again. And how I did that was, if you come in here and ask me a question, like the question that you've asked us today, I have to trust that spirit is going to give me what I need to give to you. If you can put that kind of faith in me, then I can put that kind of faith in myself.
Yep.
When I sit down here, no question, I fully trust whatever I get, and whatever I get is what I tell you.
Yep.
I have made that commitment to myself that I will fully embrace it. It's not easy to do. I can't even say to you that I do it in my, once I leave this desk, but while I'm sitting here, that's what I do. And the point that I'm trying to make is that is a huge step for me, a huge step. But I'm doing it, and I'm doing it well. And so I don't want you to think that you can't do it. I want you to focus on those pictures and look at them from a place of joy. What are they telling you? Like, I want to see the pictures, for gosh sakes. Like, I'm positive that if you looked at them in an intuitive way, that you could find a whole host of messages for yourself. But I ask you to try an exercise. Ask Spirit to provide you with the information that you need to draw a picture as to how you learn to trust yourself, and see what you get. Ask for that message to come through for you, and then draw the picture. Hi, Cheyenne. Okay, so I thank you kindly for asking the question, Ness, and many blessings to you, my dear. All right, we move on to Miss Sylvia Hanks. Okay, Sylvia says, will I get good news on Wednesday? immediately, yes. But I'll use my pendulum. Now, I don't use my pendulum like everybody else. I use my pendulum like Nancy Jean does, where it's on the table. So you're going to have to just sort of take my word for it, or I can try to switch my camera. I'm not going to switch my camera. Last time I did that, my camera shut off. So,
No, I get it. I get it. And I can tell you that, yeah, intuitively what I got right away was, yes, it will be good news. It just may not be to the extent good news that you're expecting, but definitely good news.
Yeah, I felt yes, like as soon as I read the question out, let me pull a card here and let's see what I can get. Just one card out of this row. I did get a yes with my pendulum.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate it.
Hey, I don't know about you, but I keep getting this flash of another screen trying to come up, and it just flashes and goes. So I don't know. Okay, could be. Maybe it's just me. So
you are kind of like I can see like your background's kind of moving around a little bit. So
yeah,
like maybe you're like maybe your desk is like a little bit shaky or something.
Could be.
Camera, I don't know. That happens.
Yeah, it does.
Knight of Wands.
Thanks, Spirit.
Yeah. Well, do you want your nose to run? Is that better for you? I've got the Knight of Wands, Sylvia, and the Knight of Wands is lovely energy because it's, it's just, have a little fun, let your hair down, be adventurous, jump right in, don't dip your toe in. And so I feel like if you don't focus on getting the good news, right, you just sort of like, oh yeah, that happened. Do you know what I mean? Rather than like, oh my God, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And I'm not saying that you're doing that. I don't mean it like that. Okay. But I'm tapping into what Marina said about it might not be the news that necessarily that you want, like in its totality.
Yeah.
I think it's positive news, but I mean, it's, good news is what does that mean? Right. It's like, if I say I'm going to give you $100, like, are you like, what the heck is $100 going to do for me? Or you're like, oh my God, thank you. It means something different to everyone. So I sort of feel like if you take the focus off of needing the good news, that will serve you better, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, absolutely. And hi, Pisces greeter. Yeah, I think what Kelly was trying to say and what my cards are saying is detach yourself from the outcome.
Yeah.
Just, say, I'm ready, willing, and able to accept amazing news on Wednesday, and then let it go. Do not try to figure out how it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, to what. Just
don't wake up and don't pick out your outfit and put your makeup on before Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for your picture to be taken so you can stick that picture on your social media and be like, look at this. It's just like it's just Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
If that makes sense. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously, with the nose running already. I'm just whatever.
I mean, what? Part of it could be allergies. It feels more like this is.
Oh no!
This is
like the last 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Every time I come on, I'm like my grandmother with the Kleenex. All of a sudden, right? My one eye is watering, one nostril. It just.
Yeah.
I'll be fine when this is over. I was fine before I got here.
Yep.
Just.
Absolutely.
I mean, but really.
Yeah. Okay. I'm struggling.
Honestly, Sonia, thank you so much. Sylvia, thank you so much for the question. DK, hello everyone. I am struggling financially. Will things get better for me soon? Sorry to hear that you're struggling. D. I don't really like do, financial forecast. That's more like a private reading thing, I think. But I definitely have no problem reading the energy around the question for you, like as a general sort of overview.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, you guys. Spirit, really?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have a chat after.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to work this out. Perhaps I'll just never show my face again. But then you would see me dripping on the cards. That's gross. Sorry.
Oh.
Thinking out loud, Kelly. Yes, and there are very strong, and Sonia says very strong energies here. Don't forget, you guys, there is a full moon, a new moon happening on Thursday, and there are many planets in retrograde. There are a lot of energies happening right now. We're still sort of reeling from the September the 9th gateway energy, so there's a lot of energies going on right now. Try not to get too sort of caught up if things feel like out of sync all of a sudden, because it could be that.
Absolutely. Okay. What I got for you, Dee, was things are going to get better. Not as quickly as you would like them to, but they certainly will. And when they do get better, you'll be very appreciative, and it will. You'll be able to see why you've had to kind of struggle beforehand. It will all make sense in the future. So I'm going to tell you the cards that I got, and just I'll explain kind of what I mean. I started off with the Justice card. So this tells me that things need to be energetically equal, and right now they're not. Right now they feel a little depleted. Then I got the Death card, and this isn't a death. This is just it's a new beginning, right? So the job that you had to go in order for something new to come in, or for the finances that the struggle with the finances for the time being. As I said, you're going to be able to see the benefit. I then got the World. So this is a change in perspective, a change in circumstance. What was up is now down. What was down is now up, and back and forth. And when the change comes in, it's going to be like the Chariot. It's going to come in fast, and you're going to have a choice to make. It's like two different possibilities that you get a chance to look at. And I end with the Three of Pentacles, which is agreements and building, going forward with a plan. So yes, and it is a struggle right now. Just know that it will get better, and it will be for your benefit. There. All righty.
I had to deal with my situation, and thank you, Sonia. That literally made me giggle. She said, "Well, Kelly, look at it like this. You're not full of snot."
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Yeah. You're welcome.
Hi, Lisa. So Dee, this is what I've got for you, love. And I kind of concur with what Marina said. We start out with the Knight of Pentacles. So to me, the Knight of Pentacles is like, I know what I'm supposed to do, and I'm doing it. Now, I don't know if the King of Cups in this reading represents a person. I feel like somebody has helped you sort of get to the spot where you are. Are you having like an earthquake over there or what?
Something's going on.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this King of Cups represents a person or not, but I feel like there's two things here, right? That is all about your emotions. So either either this financial debt was incurred because of a situation that involved like your emotions being astray. I mean, we've all heard of like retail therapy kind of idea, right? Or
Okay.
if this was caused by a person. Oh, you don't need to tell me that. That's only for you to know. But that's what I've got. Okay. Then we've got the 9 of Swords, right? That is anxiety. It's worry. It's, bumps in the night. Like this is keeping you up at night. This is really stressing you right out.
Yeah.
We've got the 8 of Cups in your challenge position. Now, what does that mean? Well, the 8 of Cups is about walking away. It is about time served. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Not because it's bad, not because you're over it, not because, it just it's because you're ready to move forward.
Yeah.
And again, this is one of those times where we get stuck on the question. Right? Or sorry, the reason. We need to know.
Yes.
Why? Think of the 8 of Cups as your opportunity to find what you're looking for, not having to go through the change of leaving what you know. Right?
Yeah.
If you can do that, if you can look to that as an opportunity to find what suits you better, what speaks to you louder, that kind of vibe, then you've got the 6 of Wands as your outcome. That is success, my friend. Victory.
Yep.
Right now, you are all caught up in it with the 5 of Wands. You are just having, it's like you are having a fight inside your head. And I'm going to tell you to tell your fighters to go to the corner.
Yeah.
Go to your corner. Take a pause. Take a break. You've got protection as as the oracle card that I pulled, right? Boundaries. Around yourself. That also means don't beat yourself up, because that's behind you. How you move forward from this is the ticket, not what happened before. So if there's some forgiveness that needs to happen, I feel compelled to say this. If there's some forgiveness, if you need to let some situation go, remember that forgiving is not about saying it was okay. It is about saying, I reclaim my power back, which is what this is all about. That 8 of Cups. If you can say, you know what, this no longer serves me, and that's totally okay, because time served. Moving on.
Exactly.
All right, that's what I got for you, DK. She says, thank you, ladies. Appreciate you both. Hi, Jess.
Thank you.
All right, we are moving on, and we've got 3 more questions. Sonia, we're gone a little bit over an hour. I do apologize, but that's what happens when you talk.
Well, yeah, and Spirit has a lot to say. The cards have a lot to say, so you can't very well just, I'm pulling cards to get an answer, but I only want one card.
Right?
Oh, right?
Sonia says, may I get a message from my angels and guides about the rest of this year? So while we shuffle up, I want to say thank you to everyone for being here. Please don't forget to go check Marina from Heart Centered Tarot out. I will put her link. It is in the description box below the video. I will put it into the chat in a moment. Go to her page and give her a subscription. They are free, as you know. Flashing blue light special in aisle 4.
Yes, that's right.
For the next 24 hours, it's free. No, I'm kidding. Marina is a lovely lady, my fellow Canadian, heart of gold, wonderful reader. You will enjoy her content, so go check her out. And I want to say that if you want to help yours truly, this one over here, share the content on your social media. When there's a show coming up, share it. Go to Twitter or Facebook or wherever you are and share it, because relying on the YouTube algorithms, I will be here till I'm 99 with, not, sort of in this same position. So I appreciate that. All right, here we go.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sonia has 3 cards coming out. That trust card came out again.
Apparently
Hey,
it's a message for everyone. Yeah, that's a kind of a collective. Like, hey guys,
Apparently. I love it when that happens, when there's like a theme
yes,
for the evening. So I'm just gonna go with these three cards here. Sonia,
yeah.
I've got this lovely card. This speaks to me. Reach out. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, it is.
Okay. This is from the Spirit Messages Oracle, by the way. It says, we know you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you. Pay attention to synchronicity, Sonia, and like, birds or feathers or coins. I feel like you're getting help, letting you know that like you're being heard, you're not alone. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I think that's why that came up, because they're trying to let you know that they got you. Do you know what I mean? Again, we've got this beautiful trust card, and all three of these cards are green, which is the healing color. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. So, again, trusting that Spirit has got your back, that they hear you, that they're with you. We have ancestral wisdom. And we are your ancestors, and we love you. We walked the earth many years before you. We ask you at this poignant time to learn and grow from our past experiences. You are our legacy, and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spirit world. So definitely pay attention to your dreams. Definitely pay attention to synchronicities, because I feel like they are communicating with you all over the place, which may be why you asked the question in the first place. That's what I got. So whatever you're feeling or whatever you're seeing, you're really feeling it. You're really seeing it.
Absolutely. I start out with the Ace of Wands, and this is being creative ideas, looking at things outside the box. Um, being able to excuse me, to shift your thinking based on new information that comes in. You're not kind of digging your heels in and saying, no, this is the way that it has to be. Very open to change. I then get the Knight of Swords. And this is something that's coming in fairly quickly. The Knight of Swords is boom. He sees the challenge. He's going for it. He's not stopping. That's it. The message that I'm getting from this is be careful about doing that. Okay. Just, you may be compelled to just forge ahead, but take a moment, stop and think. Okay. Because I also got the Three of Swords. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you may have to backtrack something that you're not comfortable backtracking. So, think before you speak, count to 5 if you have to before you make a comment, because the last thing that you want right now is to get into any kind of a conflict or argument with someone, especially because feelings are involved, right? So less said, soonest mended, right? And ultimately it ends in strength. So this is a message that you're going to be able to take something away from this and walk away feeling stronger and more settled, because you will have paid attention to the little things along the way. And you're not going to allow yourself to get into arguments and whatnot. So, this is good. I mean, ultimately, you end up learning a lot about yourself, which is fantastic, and being creative in different ways. So, all in all, I think that's pretty good reading.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sonia, for asking the question and for being
absolutely.
here with you or with us. Pierrette is up, and then we have Gemma, and then we are done. So Pierrette says, will my 2024 future be more normal as for happiness? So
Yes.
let us see. Sonia says, yes, Kelly, thank you so much. Birds all this morning, seeing triple numbers all the day and nights constantly for a few months. Fast shifts. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Sonia, when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I'm not saying that you don't know this already, but write it down. So, at 2:22 this afternoon, I was in the kitchen and I looked at the stove and I seen 2:22. What were you thinking just before you seen it?
Yep.
Journal about it, because you're going to start to get the message. The message it's a confirmation. It's an acknowledgement that they heard you, right? So
Yep.
start to write that down. Nancy, I thought we read you way in the beginning because I've unstarred all the questions now, so I don't know. Did we even read for Nancy? I thought we did way in the beginning, right?
You know what? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. That was an hour and 11 minutes ago. Look at that. 1 hour and 11
Yes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Nancy. You go ahead and read for Pyrrha, and I'll look up here because I'm not finding the question. And I apologize. I try really, really hard not to do that, but sometimes it gets. You know what? I never even started. So there you go. So start now.
Okay. Get it? Yes, things certainly are going to get better. Okay. Now I'm starting with the itchy nose.
My mama used to say that if your nose was itchy, that meant you were going to kiss a fool. So
I don't know what that means. Nobody in my life I'm going to kiss. That's okay. All right. So what I got is Two of Wands. This is telling you're going to have to make a decision about something that is that you have put out there. Okay. Now I don't know if this is a new project, a new book, something else that you're working on, but you've set it out into the universe. And then I got the King of Pentacles. So that tells me that, yeah, it is going to be successful. And things are going to kind of shift back to the normal for you. And the Ace of Cups, like you're happy. You're, happier than you've been in a very long time. That's a lot of emotion. That's a lot of, it just feels very, joyful. It's like you're taking a deep breath and going, ah, yes, finally, thank you. Okay. And the Knight of Wands, he's coming in. He is helping out. He is saying, okay, come on, this is, you know which way to go. You know what you need to do. Come on, I'll clear the way for you. So I think this is really, really good. And yes, 2024 will be more normal, and I think you'll be a lot happier.
All right. So Pura, this is what I've got, and it's interesting because I ended with the Ace of Cups as well.
Oh.
So we started with the Moon card, right? This is the energy coming into it, so it's not necessarily right now. The Moon card is about, revelations, and sometimes it's showing you what you already know is there and just sort of like highlighting that for you. Sometimes it's showing you something that you thought was there is not. And sometimes it's giving you just enough light so that you can get to the next step. I mean, only you know how that works for you, right?
Yeah.
Next to that, we've got the Three of Swords. So there's a little bit of heartbreak. There's a little bit of loss. There's some healing that you're going through, right? Next to that, we've got the Nine of Cups, which is lovely. This is, trying to
Yep.
pick that up, trying to move forward, trying to move on, right? Trying to bring some hope and some happiness back into your universe. We've got the Two of Swords, so having to make decisions, confusion, crossroads. What do I do? And then mimicking that in the challenge position, we've got the Seven of Cups. So having to make choices and decisions and potentially procrastinating about making those choices and decisions, as we do. But if we can not overanalyze and procrastinate, if we can make the decisions that are before us, then we have this lovely sort of Ace of Cups showing up. And I feel like once we stop putting off what we just need to deal with, and I don't mean this in any way to sound, as critical or judgmental, just saying it and keeping it real. Once we can allow ourselves to let go and just do what is needed, it's like the gates open and it's a whole new vibration for you. It's a whole new way of life. If we can, it's almost like you're white knuckling it in terms of like, I'm scared to death that no matter what I do, it's gonna be messy and it's gonna be wrong and it's gonna, potentially rock my world. So I'm just going to sit here and not do anything. And I'm not saying literally like that's what you're thinking, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, that this is like a constant for you, right? You're constantly white knuckling, holding on to it so tight, going, oh God, like when is this going to shift? But it can't shift until you make a decision, until you make the choice that I'll take it as it comes and I'll deal with it. I realize easier said than done, right? Now, on the bottom of the deck, I want to say to you that you've got the Five of Pentacles that is looking for support. Yes, it's feeling left out, Nicole, but it's also the opportunity. So imagine you're standing at the door, right? Ding dong. All the people are inside. You can see them through the window. You're like, hello, I'm here. But the music's pumping. People are dancing. They can't hear you. And you're like, hello, open the door. Open the door and let yourself in. Giving and receiving is under that. And under that, you've got the Two of Earth, bringing things back into balance. So it is going to get better. It is going to work out. You've got a little bit of a ways to go. And if you can sort of allow yourself to just take it one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, I think that you're going to be just fine. And I thank you kindly for asking the question. Bye to Linda. Thank you for being here, my friend. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Gemma says, will the man I'm dating, Adam, and I be in a relationship long term? I'm waiting for a hysterectomy, which could take ages, and worried my health will get in the way. Well, my friend, can I just say to you, and I apologize if this seems harsh, any man who would not wait for you because you require a surgery that could potentially take you out of harm's way, or decrease your pain and agony that you could be going through for years and years and years, isn't worth holding on to in the first place for entertainment purposes only. Just saying.
And I echo that absolutely. That his support for you should be unwavering. If there's any hesitation on his part that you're not able to do things with him right now because of this. And okay, full disclosure, I have had a hysterectomy. I had one in my late 20s. I understand what happens before, during, and after. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, if he's not understanding, what you're going through and some of the challenges that you might have right now. Um, okay, she says he is very supportive and loving, but it's more. Oh, okay, you're the one that's worried. Why are
Yep.
you worried? If he's supportive and loving, are you waiting for a problem to happen? Do you want him to walk
Don't
away? Are you
create a
looking for an
problem where there isn't
excuse?
one.
That you can say, oh well, no, here, be on your way.
Don't create a
Yeah,
problem where there
yeah,
isn't one.
exactly. Yeah.
I just want to say, and I don't even know where I'm feeling this from, but okay, not because I really have to go. I have like literally 4 minutes, and I'm supposed to be in another meeting. But I just want to say to you, Gemma, that I was divorced, right? And you can't assume, for a whole host of reasons, that someone else is going to be like the person that is standing in front of you, right? So what I mean by that is I made my current husband for years pay for my issues with my ex-husband because I didn't want to get hurt, because I couldn't trust people, because it was me, right? So once I let go of that and realized that the person in front of me was a different person, I was okay. But until that time, yeah. Point is, he could have walked away. Luckily, he did not, or I wouldn't be sitting here. But if he had have, I would have no one else to blame but myself, because I could not separate. So if this issue stems from a past issue, like my ears are getting really hot here. I don't know what is happening. It's just like the nose is running and the ears are getting hot. But if this issue stems from something that happened in the past, a past relationship, you got to let that go, love. Yep. He is not them. He is who he is. And if he is normally very supportive of you, if you need reassurance, ask him. Just ask him. Yep. Tell him how you feel. Tell him what you're worried about. Let him console you. You don't need to be worried about this on top of the thing that you're already dealing with in terms of your health. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah. And yeah, she says he likes traveling and I can't at the minute or at the moment. Yeah. Perfectly.
Like, I'm literally shuffling this whole time. Sorry, Marina. I'm shuffling this whole time and one card has fallen out and that's it. I'm not getting any more cards. So I'm just going to go with what I got. And that is the 6 of Wands, right? Success, everything's going to be fine. And on the bottom of the deck, there you go. And on the bottom of the deck, I got the 3 of Cups, joy and celebration.
Yeah. And I got the 4 of Cups. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. My first card was the Star. Everything is fine. Yeah, don't look for trouble.
I got good luck. Yeah. I got letting go. And I've got this card here of finding your center. And this card says your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself?
Yeah.
Right? This feels like a displaced emotion, on like you're taking a situation that has nothing to do with this and assuming that, well, then that's how this is going to go.
Yeah.
And if
you're he's not judging you. He's not, you're okay. What I'm getting is that you're going through this and you're thinking that you're going to be less of a woman once you have that hysterectomy. Yeah. That is not the case. He couldn't care less.
Yeah.
He couldn't care less. It's your worry. And I can tell you from personal experience, once that surgery is over, once you've healed, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, life just gets so much better.
I love that. Thank you so much, Gemma, for asking the question.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you for sharing. And we wish you the best of luck and many blessings, not only with your surgery, but just in general. It takes a lot to share those kind of details, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Nancy Riker, our last question. I'm sorry that this went on so long. Thank you, Marina, for being so kind as to stick with us.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Nancy says, how will my fall go for me?
Ooh, okay. Girlfriend, you looking for some answers? You ain't taking no prisoners? Holy, okay. Queen of Wands, beautiful card, by the way, just gorgeous card. Or sorry, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. It's the truth, nothing but the truth. This could be in relation to you dealing with someone where you're not sure if they're being honest with you and you're just kind of trying to pull the truth out of them. But you're seeing things with a little more clarity than you used to, right? Four of Pentacles. That is kind of maintaining things the way they are right now. You're holding on and saying, okay, you know what? I don't need to jump into anything. I don't need to make any decisions right now. I just need to gather some facts around me and then I'll know what to do. And then I got the High Priestess, which is, you're going to find out what you need to do. And it's not going to be much of a struggle for you to make those changes. It's like once you identify what needs to be changed, you're going to go, yep, done. Wash my hands. Okay, next. So I think you're going to have a good fall. It's a lot of learning.
I love it. I'm kind of getting the same vibe. So we start out with the Seven of Fire, or the Seven of Wands. So feeling challenged, right? This is, like, what's going on? Why am I feeling like this? Like nothing's like wrong, but you just don't feel right. You know what I mean? You are still very determined, but you are resistant. Like it's like you ever heard the saying, like, you can't see the forest for the trees? It's kind of like that kind of vibe, right? Like getting in your own way. Yeah. Seven of Water. Again, choices, decisions, procrastination, overanalyzing. Why, but why, but what, but why, but why, but why. Now, interesting, in the challenge position, you've got the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is about emotions, it's about relationships, and it's about your intuition. So I'm pretty sure that we can all figure out where I'm going with this. If we can get out of our own way, if we can stop overanalyzing, if we can, how do I feel? Not about everybody else, but what am I vibing? Where am I at? What do I want to do? If I can listen to myself and I have the right people around me, I'm going to be fantastic. Because then we've got the Eight of Earth, the Eight of Pentacles. This is paying attention. This is mastering your craft, putting your nose to the grindstone and getting things done, right? Promotions, leveling up, all of that kind of thing, right? And on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Nine of Earth. The Nine of Pentacles, that feeling. Look at this picture, right? That lady is sitting in that beautiful garden. She's sipping a cup of tea and she's just sitting there with her feet there, she's sitting there with her feet up, just going, you know what? Oh, that feels good.
Yeah.
So
look at all the abundance in front of me.
Exactly. So your fall is going to be great.
Yeah.
If you can be adaptable to yourself. Recognize how you feel, deal with how you feel, and don't let yourself get overly caught up with how you feel. don't let it stop you from progressing forward, is what I'm saying. Right? She says, I have health issues, but I'm doing better. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, look for good outcome.
It's not easy when you're dealing with a situation, right? With a health issue or whatever the case may be. It's not easy, and we all got issues. Doesn't matter who we are, what our thing is, we all got them.
Got more issues than Vogue.
Right?
Yeah.
I like that. That's cute.
Yep.
But everything in time, right? So don't set imaginary, sort of timelines for yourself. It's the proverbial, like, I want to lose 20 pounds in 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months is coming, and like you ate a chocolate bar last night, and now you're going to sit there and beat yourself up. Why? Nobody said you had to lose 20 pounds in 2 months except for you. Yep. So maybe don't say 2 months, and then it's not a problem. Pretty easy fix when you think about it, but we get in our own way, right?
Absolutely.
For all the right reasons, we get in our own way most of the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that being said, my dear friend Marina, where can people find you if they want to see you? What's going on for you the rest of the week?
Oh, a good bit is going on the rest of the week, really and truly. So best place to go is the main page, Heart Centered Tarot. Go down to the community. You'll see stuff that's coming up. And also take a look at any of the shows that I have coming up this week. And if you go down in the description, you'll see not only all the shows that are coming up, but all the different ways that you can get in touch with me and so on and so forth. So yeah, community page is best for getting all that information.
Community page is where it's at, friends, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm fibbing to you guys. So I brought the daily reading back. So it's backed by popular demand. Everybody check that out. Also, while I have you here, if you're into oracle readings only, I also have another channel called Cat's Royal Oracle Readings. So go check that out. That is up and running, and I will be back on Wednesday night for a dozen cats chats with Mark, aka Kilmar, my hubby. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll be back with Ivana Intuitive. It'll be simulcast on both of our channels if Ivana can figure out how to do that this time. No shade, my friend. Like it was a joke last time. And we had an absolute blast last time we did it. We 2 weeks ago, our theme was rub your belly and pat your head. I have no idea what this week's theme is, but it does promise to be entertaining. So I hope you guys can tune in for that. Rose says popcorn time, Congress be back. Oh, well, we're going to have to amp up the jokes and the laughter then for sure. All right, my friends, from us to you, we wish you many blessings, and we thank you kindly for joining us.
Thank you.
Mwah! We will see you when we see you next. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for being here.